Hey, what's happening, people? It's yours truly, Vernon Longhorn Davis. It's another edition of Messages in the Madness. I'm here. You're here. Happy Sunday. Hope you had a great weekend. I hope you had a great week. And hey, here's to a new week. I hope you're going to have a great week. It's been awesome. I just got the show is delayed tonight because yes, I did. I watched football today. Yes, I did. Not very happy that them boys from Philly won. But hey, congrats to the Phillies. But hey, congrats to the Kansas City Chiefs. They're my second team. Cowboys is always my first team. Chiefs is my second team. I'll go with that. But welcome, welcome, welcome. Let's see. Got people starting to pop in. I appreciate that. Good evening to you. Hey, dear sister. Hey, dear wife. I see y'all. Thank y'all for stopping in. Appreciate y'all. Appreciate y'all. If you, hey man, make sure you come in and hit like a love. Let me know that you stopped by. Let me know that you came in. I'd greatly appreciate that. I will. I do. Hey, Annette, good to see you out there, all the way out there in Arizona. Hope everything is good. Oh man, lot going on. Hey, I'm gonna ask y'all to do me a favor too. If you like the broadcast, share it. Cause been doing a lot of work on it, man. I worked on my computer this weekend to get my to make sure it was right. I reconfigured my router so to make sure our video is good. Everything looks great. So again, welcome y'all. Let's see. What did Longhorn do this week? I was in Detroit this week. Yeah, did that, and that was day gig stuff. That was fun. Flew back home and had a show this past weekend over in Holiday Shores, Illinois. Shout out to Carolyn Agnew, Corey Stewart, my dude Javon Westmore, and Max Price and Big Papa G. Thank y'all for helping us bring a great show. And thank you to the Holiday Shores Social Committee. I think this is my fifth or sixth year doing that event for them. So I think, I appreciate them and, I appreciate them appreciating me enough to, let me come and bring the funny with them there. So, and yeah, that was it. This week I'm going to be in this Friday and Saturday. Carolyn Agnew and I will be in Jackson, Tennessee at 731 Comedy Club. So if you're in that area, check us out. So my message this week came from me. I know I usually I tell you my messages come from talking to other people. No, this one came from me talking to me, and I thought it was something that we really need to put out there. Hey, Terry Jones, yes, the Chiefs did win. Go Chiefs! I'm excited. I'm glad they finally beat the Bengals, but it came from me. It did. And it was all about I do a lot of I read self-help and I watch videos and try to help to improve myself, to inspire myself, motivate myself, and to see what it is that I'm not doing or should be doing or can be doing to be better. And then too, I try to share that with you all. I know you guys know there's a number of things about me, but a lot of y'all probably didn't know I'm actually a certified life coach. But you can't coach anybody else's life if you can't fix your own or if you are not working on yourself. So that's where I got my message from. I was doing some inter looking into myself, introspective. That's the word I'm looking for. Hey, Miss Charlotte. Hey, brother James. Good to see y'all. Good to see y'all. I was looking into myself and I say, you know what? What I learned about me, I'm going to share with y'all because I think we could all use it. I don't care what age you are or what you do, what your profession is, what level you are on the chain of command. We all could use, sometimes we forget what helped us to get to where we're at. So the message tonight is you can't you just can't. You can't do what you can't see. And hey, Miss Francine, good to see you. What does that mean? Well, we often since I can remember, I've never completed or accomplished anything without being able to visualize the results. Um, I had to have a plan or at least expectation of what I'm supposed to get at the end of what it is that I'm supposed to be doing. And if I didn't have a plan, if I didn't have a vision, if I couldn't see it, I failed. Plain and simple. I failed at it. Um, so I had to make a plan. I've, what's that old saying? When you fail to plan, you plan to fail. If I couldn't see myself or the end result, 90% of the time I would end up failing at whatever it is that I was setting out to do. That other 10%, if it did happen, it was just merely by coincidence or deja vu or blessing or whatever you want to call it. But yeah, when I didn't have a plan, when I couldn't see my end result, I would fail. So after doing some research, it seems like, my thinking, I guess I've learned this along the way because I remember when my kids were small, I would always ask them, hey, what's your plan? They'd say they want to do something. I'm like, okay, what's your plan? What is it that you want to do? Give me your plan. Tell me what you're going to, okay. Well, if you don't have a plan, then guess what? You can't go. Real simple. So I'm not sure where I learned it, but it's no, it's according to the experts that teach people how to accomplish their dreams and how to accomplish their goals. Apparently, I'm on the right path. So for example, say you want to lose weight, but you cannot visualize yourself. Okay, say you want to lose weight, but you cannot visualize yourself at your target weight. If you can't close your eyes and see yourself at the weight that you want to be, it makes it kind of hard to accomplish that. Why? Because your brain is not engaged. So therefore, if your brain is not engaged in the process, your body is not going to follow. If your subconscious is not going, yeah, we can do this, then guess what? You ain't gonna do it. You literally have to be able to close your eyes and see yourself. Say your goal is 30 pounds. You got to be able to close your eyes and see yourself 30 pounds lighter. That's the first step. That's one of the steps. It's not the first step. Um, you have to be able to visualize what it is that you want to accomplish. Got a buddy of mine buys fishing boats. Well, before he goes out and buys a fishing boat, he kind of visualizes what it is that he wants, and then bam, he's able to get it. When I go on stage, I visualized what it is that I want to do. What is the outcome? When I decide to tell this series of jokes, what am I looking for? How am I going to get there? What jokes do I need to tell? So tonight we're going to talk about the process of the 5 simple steps to making things happen in your life. And they are very, very simple. Now, don't get me wrong. I'm not going to tell you how to become a millionaire overnight. Well, it's really simple. And you go out, you buy you a lottery ticket and hope that it wins. Guess what? There's a plan. Why? Because if you don't if you don't go and buy it, you can't win. So you got to have a plan to get in your car, go to the store, buy the ticket, visualize yourself actually buying the ticket and how you would react once you won that kind of money. But first step, identify your goal. What is it that you want to do? What is it that you want to achieve? You got to figure that out. What is the desired result? You got to first identify this in order to understand where to direct your efforts. Where do you need to go? Okay. Say I'm a mechanic and I get a car pull in. I get a 1990 Mercury Ford Tempo that pulls in and I got to change the alternator on it. Well, if I'm a mechanic and I've never done this, although I fixed 100 cars, thousands of cars over my lifetime, what do I need to do? I see what it is. I understand what it is I need to accomplish. So what do? I go and I find the information to help me do my job, to help me get to the end of get to accomplish my mission. I identify my goal and how to get to my goal. So in doing that, you know, I know I'm ex-military. They say, you should never ready, fire, aim. That's true. You always ready, aim, and then you fire. You got to visualize. You got to identify your goal. What is it that I want to do? Then you got to develop a game plan. The game plan is really, really simple. Hey, Mary Lou, the game plan is what is it that I need to do this? How do I need to set up the dominoes so that they fall in the proper order for me to move in the direction that I need to go? You got to form an image. Yeah. And in forming that image in your mind, you're able to transfer that energy to whatever it is that you're trying to accomplish. one domino at a time. You're placing things in motion, moving in that direction. You map out your game plan full of the steps that will put you to your goal. Let's just say your goal is to lose 30 pounds. Then what do you need to do? Well, the first thing you got to do is identify your goal. The second thing you got to do is have a game plan. How am I going to do this? I'm going to change what I eat. I'm going to diet. I'm going to exercise. I'm going to walk every day. What is it that I'm going to do? I'm going to stay away from, I'm going to stop driving down the street with my favorite donut shop. Yeah. Have more than one game. Now that you have, your game plan, make variations to your game plan. You got to have an alternate plan. What if this happens? What if that happens? The what ifs. Yeah, you got to have a pivot, as they like to say in the business world these days. Create minor tweaks in the plan that create a different path, but still leads you to the same goal. This is beneficiary for two reasons. First, if things don't go the way you planned them in your first game plan and you still have a second game plan, chances are likely that there is still a solution somewhere between the first and the second plan. You just got to make some adjustments. Yeah. Fourth, you got to be fluid. You got to be willing to bend and go with let's say the ebb and flow. You got to be flexible. Keeping your goals identified and in sight. And your goals should be in sight every day. I mean, write it down somewhere where you can see it every day. Put it on your refrigerator. It says, I am not going to eat 12 cookies today. Put it on your bathroom mirror. Put your little note on your steering wheel that says, I'm going to save $10,000 this year. But you got to be fluid. You can't be rigid, because if you become rigid and you try to stay, okay, this is it, this is it, this is it. Anything that's too rigid will break. Yeah. But I'm sorry, somebody sent me a message. So the last thing I want to point out is be creative. Everything is not cut and dried. It's not. There's a path to fixing the alternator on a tempo, true enough. And there's instructions for how to ride a bike. And there are instructions on how to build a computer. But there sometimes you got to be creative. Sometimes you got to figure out a way to make things happen. Because if you can't find a plan of action, if you can't find a defined path of moving forward, then you have to be creative. You got to close your eyes and visualize, okay, how can I make this happen? What is the what, when, why, and how? And being that I don't have this already, what is it that I can do to get what it is that I need? Who can I talk to? Who's done this before? You need some direction. You need some help. And don't be afraid to say that you need some help to move in the right direction. Really pretty simple. But these are the five things, the five steps to making things happen. Now, whatever it is that's going on in your life that you want to make happen, won't you take these five steps and just at least think about it? Again, it's identify your goal. Where is it you're trying to go and what is it you want to do? Two, make a game plan. Have a plan. Decide. Figure it out. What is my plan? Three, have more than one game plan. Have the what if, because we have all seen some what if jump off. If you watch the Kansas City game tonight, you saw a whole bunch of what ifs tonight, a bunch of pivots, I guess you could say. Yeah. Four, be fluid, be willing to change, be willing to go in another direction if that's what you have to do. Be willing to vary. It's like taking a detour. You ride now 55 towards Minot, Missouri, and you get to Cape Girardeau that says the main highway is shut off, then you have to be able to take another one of those little smaller highways that cuts back through the country, but gets you to Minor. It's a different road, but it gets you to where you're going. So you have to be fluid and willing to make those adjustments in your plan. Something may come along, something may come along that may even be better than what you already had going. And you might like, hey, that's the way I need to go right there. That's what I need to do right there instead of doing this right here. And fifth, when there's no defined path, when there's no defined roadmap, get creative. Get inside of your head and figure out what it is that you want to do. Pull from your own experiences, the things that you have seen, the places you have been to get there. Now, I'm gonna tell you a quick story about getting creative. Back in 2010, no, it's probably longer than that. 2000 and let's say 2000. I'm just gonna say 2008. I made a decision that I wanted to go overseas to entertain the troops. I was barely booked to go across the state, let alone out of the country. But I said this is what I wanted to do. So what happened one day was I did a show and made some really good money. And I paid, I paid some bills and I had 300 bucks left over. And I said, well, I could take this 300 bucks and live off of it till my next gig and buy some food, or I could take half of this money, or part of this money, buy me a passport. So that when I get the phone call for me to go overseas to entertain the troops, because that's what I want to do, and I ask the universe to give me that, then I will be ready. So I did that. I got my passport. Let's just say 2008. I got my passport. I had that passport 3 years before I got a phone call. As a matter of fact, it wasn't even a phone call. It was right when after Facebook became popular. I got an inbox on Facebook. I still have this inbox message. And the guy said, hey, I hear that you're a very good comedian, blah, 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 blah. How would you like to come to Germany to entertain the troops? Now, mind you, I've been turned down by the USO and other touring organizations that were bringing entertainment to our troops. And I was like, hell yeah. And after we talked and he told me what was going on, he asked me, he says, do you have a passport? I went, yes, sir, I have a passport. He goes, well, do you have any felonies? I'm like, no, I have no felonies, sir. He goes, all right, well, I checked you out on YouTube and everything. I'd like to bring you to Germany. I went 3 times, people. 2012, 2013. Why? Because I planted that seed and got that passport. And I'm telling this, but I was creative about it. Now, the reason I tell that story also is that whatever it is that you're trying to accomplish, that seed, it may not grow overnight. You have to be patient with whatever it is that you decide to do. You have to be patient because just like I said, you can achieve what you can't see. And I had actually, when I said I wanted to go to Germany, I actually visualized myself getting on a plane, traveling to a foreign country. I didn't care which country. It could have been Saudi Arabia. It could have been Yemen. I would not have cared. It could have been Guam. I would not have cared. I just knew I wanted to go overseas to entertain the troops. But I envisioned myself, I would close my eyes and I would envision myself being on the stage, getting on the plane, flying somewhere, getting on the stage in a foreign country and being surrounded by men and women in uniform and me performing for them. And it happened. It happened. Um, every time I go on stage, I envision me going. I mean, I envision where I'm going, the jokes that I'm going to tell. The I get there early so I can see the place. I envision the place being filled with people, and my vantage point looking out into the audience. And I think about the jokes that I want, but I think about outcome that I would like to have, that I want to have. And for the last 2 years, I'm gonna tell a little secret. I've been envisioning standing ovations at the end of my performances. I'm gonna leave it there. So, but I can tell you when I don't plan, when I don't visualize, when I can't see the path, it doesn't happen. I fail. When I wrote my book, Messages in the Madness, I visualized it and it happened. I'm not saying I'm magical, but y'all that know me know I'm a man of faith. So I'm a very big believer in the creator. But honestly, your brain, your mind, your spirit are very powerful, and your words are very powerful as well. And I recommend that you use them, put them together to formulate where you're trying to go and what you're trying to do, what it is that you want to achieve. And then close your eyes and see where you're going. You can't hit a target with a blanket over it. You can't. You can't drive to a destination without a map unless you've been there before. So you can't achieve what you can't see in your mind's eye. And yes, faith is a very big part of it, Miss Barbara. You're absolutely right. My baby sister said, I remember when you went to Germany. I was very proud. I was. So I'm still proud about going to. Anyway, that's the message for tonight, y'all. I think one of the rappers I growing up listening to said, "Thinking of the master plan." Yeah, thinking of the master plan, whatever it may be, whether it's weight loss, saving money, getting a new job, buying a new car. Say it's buying a new car. Visualize yourself buying the car that you really want, going through the process. The everything from getting in your car to drive to the dealership to look at the vehicle and seeing it there for the first time, test driving it, going into the finance office and discussing the terms and everything and visualizing it being favorable in on your behalf, and then visualize you driving at home. Put that here and here. But whatever you do, anything that you want to do has to start from here. Um, no, I wasn't Master P. I think that was Warren G. I think. You're thinking of the master plan. Nothing but a pen inside my hand. I can't remember. Anyway, it just kind of stuck out there. Anyway, y'all. So if you're a Chiefs fan, go Chiefs. If you're a Philly fan, go Philly. If you're a Bengals fan, sorry, 49ers. I could never vote. No, 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 no. I'm not a Phillies fan either. So that's the message for tonight, y'all. Um, Thank y'all for commenting. I do apologize again for bringing the show late tonight, but hey, we here. So, oh, it was Eric B and Raheem. Okay. Thank you. See, my sister be knowing stuff. Thank you, baby sis. Your thoughts are powerful because you put that energy out into the universe. Yes, you do. And that's my baby sister's picture right there, y'all. She's a pretty girl. I do love that girl. She is a pretty girl. And she has a hell of a testimony. One day we're gonna have to get on the show so she can tell y'all about it. But she's kind of shy. So all right, y'all. I gotta do work tomorrow. So I'm getting ready to get up out of here. Y'all know what I always say. Well, one, make sure you hit like a love if you appreciate what we do here. Two, share me. Share me, please. By all means, please share me. I love you. God loves you. Take care of yourself, love yourself, respect yourself. Take care of them kids. Give them a hug for me. Respect our vets. Yeah. Listen to the old man or the old woman's story. Take care of them, y'all. I'm Longhorn. I'm Vernon Longhorn Davis. Thank y'all for watching. God bless y'all. $2.